Hello, everybody. This Demon here. We are playing another episode of The Song and the Sword. Chapter 8. You're level 6. We have... playing the part of Marian Leftfoot is Ben.
Hey, everybody.
Gouren Gabriev is Matt.
Huzzah.
And we have, playing the part of Kilgore, Caesar.
Hello.
So... more than 2 people. Yay. So you guys had picked up some stuff in Chasm, which is this city on this great big rift in the ground. You traded in your basilisk and fire beetle stuff that you had been collecting for a few items. Why don't you go ahead and describe your character right now?
Okay.
As they look.
All right. Marian Leftfoot is a halfling. She's really small, very delicate, and very beautiful, having a high charisma. She has blonde hair, brown eyes. She now has this magnificent leather armor, some beautiful bracers, and some deftful daggers.
And next to her being Gabriel?
Gabriel?
I'm sorry, Gouren.
Gouren. Yeah, Gouren is a 6'2" human. He's got blonde hair, blue eyes. He now has the Sword of Holy Light, reinforced leather armor by basilisk scales, or fire beetle bracers.
So you do have a basilisk egg on your person. I'm presuming that you had asked about it a little bit. You do get information that there is a, I guess, quote-unquote, beastmaster type person by Driftwood. And so our adventurers head out that way. You do find this person, and instead of RPing this, just straight up, the guy will buy the egg for 1,000 gold.
Would that be like 1 platinum?
No. That'd be
10
100 platinum.
Is it 100 platinum?
10 gold per platinum.
Oh, I guess I don't remember the conversion rates.
The other side of things, for 50 gold, he'll watch it for a week or 2 and see if he can't make it sort of hatch. And if he does make it hatch, then he'll charge you like another 100 gold or something. Because he's more curious as whether or not he can make it hatch than he is actually just doing something.
So I just want to...
So wait, if we want a pet basilisk, we could just have him watch it and...
He's going to try to hatch. No guarantees. But if it does hatch, he's going to charge you 150. Or did I say 100? I don't remember.
Do you want a pet basilisk? I don't know if we're ready to take this step.
Yeah, he might accidentally get killed.
Well, I mean, he's good at basilisk things, right? He's a
no.
handler.
If we ever wander off and somebody's like, "Oh, there's a monster," then they'll try to kill it.
Yeah, let's just sell it.
Yeah.
Okay, you find yourself in position of an extra 1,000 gold.
Yay.
Nice. He takes all the gold down.
Yeah,
I can carry not very much at all.
I'll tell you.
I'm 2'5".
Carry a handful, you know.
Yeah. Her medium load is 23 to 45 pounds.
Yeah. Anyway, you are now in the town of Driftwood. So, Driftwood is on the coast, and it is in the inlet of the Vanishing Bay, which is a huge bay. There's a lot of sailing ships and whatnot. This is a major trading port. However, you would know that when the tide goes out, the entire bay vanishes. It becomes a great big mud flat, and people go out and harvest clams and whatnot, which also makes it very famous for its seafood. So, a lot of the city itself is based around the actual waterfront. Approaching this area, You do see what appears to be a woman who is kind of out of place. While most people are wearing your normal average clothes and are carrying, say, crates and barrels and stuff and other shipping items, this person, about 5'8" female, long, mostly unkept, looking black hair, Caucasian in appearance, and she is dressed in, I got a picture, that, kind of a robe type thing. It is, tends to be black, very ornate with like a orangish, what the hell? Hold on. So, no, I did not convert them to a Rathis. Jeez. It was describing this person. Okay. Kind of a robe type deal. Very fine, almost kind of regal type thing. Orange chest to it. Got little fire motif everywhere. It's got the long thing in the front and the back that kind of comes down into a point, kind of like what you might find a cleric wearing. She has a flame emblem in the center of the chest, and she has on her a really nice sword, and on the sheath of this sword is something written in Draconic. She is looking around, kind of confused, kind of annoyed, and a little bit seemingly not sure what to do next.
You're looking at me for you're the one with charisma.
Rock, paper, scissors for this one? Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'll look at this weird person and think, another friend waiting to be. And walk up to her and say, "Hi, honey. Okay. You look lost."
She turns around, she goes, "Hello," and then there's a slight pause as she doesn't see you, and then she looks down. Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Can I help you?
You can help me by letting me help you.
I am looking for mercenary companies. Do you know where I could find such in this area and not going to Watersmeet?
Do I know any besides us? I suppose we could be a mercenary company, but we're more of a band. So.
Roll me a. Do you have a history check? Or,
I have everything.
Maybe not. Is there something other than history, like a local?
There's knowledge local.
Okay, roll me a local check.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know for that.
17.
17.
I got it.
You know that most companies, guild type things, are focused more around Watersmeet area. There's not really a lot, but you don't really know.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd tell her that.
Okay. Okay. This is what I got earlier. So, well, thank you.
Do you need help with anything?
I am looking for adventurers and/or mercenaries who are willing to come to Fire Isles and to kill, for my master, a dragon turtle.
That sounds amazing. Hey, Gabriel. I mean, Gabriev.
You got him saying it.
Now we have a new running joke.
Gabriev. She wants us to do stuff.
All right.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
What kind of money or reward are we talking about?
I am not 100% sure exactly what the reward for such is. This is for my master Akrash. So you will be gratefully rewarded, provided you succeed. Obviously, we are not really willing to pay people who are just going to die. Many people here seem to want an upfront cost, but that makes no sense because then they would take the gold and they would go into the lair and then they would die, and then we lose the gold and thing. So this comes with the word of my master that the reward would be great. It's probably more like a choose your own reward type thing.
Will there be travel coverage? Do we have to pay anything to travel there, or do you got?
Oh, of course not. No. We will
I'm
be
in.
taking the ship, or my ship.
I'm in.
He's in, I'm in.
Okay.
Sounds like you got adventures, honey. And I give her a little whack around the knee.
She gives this kind of confused look. She says, I would like to leave immediately, but I must look for other peoples. And I will meet you back here in 3 hours. This is my ship. And she points to this large ship. It's got the same fire emblem thing on like a flag up there. It's quite clearly a thing. Another noticeable marks, obviously her thing is motifed with all this fire motif. It is very fine fabric. She wears very tight black pants, kind of fancier boots. She has maybe this arm, the brand. It's the same fire emblem, but it is the sigil. And you could roll me a history check, and you all could roll me a history check.
Could I have some... Is there anything else I can roll, like on Arrakis and... whatever her master, Arrakis.
Akarash? Yeah, go ahead.
I know nothing.
Okay. History check.
He still gets
I could always take 10 on the knowledge, magic, arcana. So that'd be 20. Arcana, yeah.
Okay, well, if you do a Arcana check, you get a vibe of fire magics off the swords. And I also forgot to mention that she has 6 small gems, red gems, embedded above her eyebrows.
Okay.
Those also seem to have some type of fire magics, and she is definitely magically inclined.
Okay.
Arcane energy just kind of like... It doesn't pour out of her, which means she's either not that great or she's really good.
Okay.
But again, a history check.
Yeah. Oh, history, yeah.
Okay. Definitely from the Fire Isles, which is supposedly part of the Republic of Alioth. It's one of those things where the Republic of Alioth considers them as part of the Republic of Alioth, but they don't necessarily consider themselves as part of the Republic. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Alright. Well, she's off to find more people.
Alright.
Hey, maybe we should go get something to eat.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. These guys are going to go get something to eat. At this point, I'm going to throw in Kilgore. You overhear a woman asking a man, big guy, got a very big axe on his back, if he would be willing to come to the Fire Isles and defeat a giant turtle. This guy wants a lot of upfront gold, and she's like, no. And finally she gives up, and she kind of walks to it's like a deck type thing, and starts looking around.
Okay, I try to grab her attention by saying, I heard you were looking for some mercenaries to help you with the fire turtle.
Yes. Are you willing to come? I already have 2 people so far.
I am willing to... Yeah, I'm willing to go.
Okay. The reward from my master will be great. I assure you this, but we're not willing to pay up front. If that is okay.
I'm still interested yet. I will...
Very good. You see the ship over there? That is my ship. We will be leaving in 1 hour.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you very much. I will see that.
Do I have him describe his character?
Yeah, at this point. Wait a minute, because
okay.
he's going to meet you.
Alright.
You guys are going to go find something to eat.
Yeah.
So I guess this happens a little bit before he has his conversation. But you are walking around. There's a couple different buildings. There's the places that are obviously clearly food. There's another shop that is just, it's got its doors open, winded. I mean, why don't you tell me what you're looking for?
Food-wise?
I mean, this place is pretty big on seafood.
Probably seafood and fruit.
Okay, well, this place is famous for its seafood.
Okay. Seafood!
Yay! Find a place that has lobster or crab or shrimp.
Okay, well, you have a lot of options.
Okay. We're going to that one.
Alright, you go into that one.
Yeah.
I'll charge you 5 silver for it, but don't even bother.
I'm going to roll to see how good it was.
Sure.
Oh.
5-star.
Yeah, 5-star.
And it wasn't even that expensive.
Nice.
Means the 5-star place better be really good. So I do have a funny thing for you if you wanted. Sure. You could be passing, after you eat, you could be passing a shop, and you notice this little gnome guy. He's sitting at a desk, and this seems to be like a wood carving shop. It's nothing really important. But there's this little gnome guy, and you see him behind the desk, and he's just over there going, just jittering up and down, up and down, up and down.
What is his issue?
Hey, what is your issue, honey?
Hi. How are you?
Hi.
Guess what? You need to try this. And he takes this, he grabs a tin cup, and he is just absolutely shaking. And he puts it in this pot of water, and he tries to hand you this thing as liquid is splashing all over the place.
Gosh.
It's really good. You gotta try.
Okay. I grab the cup from him.
Okay. This guy from a Fire Isles, he come in, he sells this stuff. Man, what's it called? It's called coffee. I'd do pots. And you look at this pot, big.
Okay, Marian drinks it.
It's bitter.
Okay.
It's good. And goes, and he falls backwards off his chair onto the ground.
Can I have a quick note here and start something? Does he still got that minion following him from the previous?
Yes, I forgot about the minion.
Okay.
So, why don't you go ahead and describe minion?
Oh. Okay. We're up to minion number 2,
Correct.
I believe. He is a goblin. And I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. He's just this goblin. He follows us around. His name is Minion number 2.
A lot of people give you a lot of looks because they're like goblin, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's just following you around.
Yep.
So nobody said anything yet because I forgot about it.
Okay. How's the coffee?
Well, it's bitter.
Okay.
I don't know if you like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's gasping for air.
You okay, honey?
No.
Okay. I guess we walk on then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something funny. I was like, oh, I gotta add this in. Alright. It comes to you specific time later. You approach this boat that you're supposed to, and why don't you describe your character at this moment?
Okay, I am a half-orc, 7 foot, black hair, and then red eyes, kind of more lighter green, maybe not more human-y than orc.
Right. These two characters plus minion approach you. You're supposed to set sail, but the tide has gone out.
Come back here, tide.
And this boat is resting kind of cockeyed on the muddy bottom area. And you all three see Ryu with this... Oh, I forgot to introduce her. Her name is Ryu Kaleeth. That was dumb. She has a very displeased look on her face. and she will walk up to you, 3, and she says, apparently I have just found out that when the tide goes out, all the water goes away, and we are stuck here for another 4 hours. At least. Possibly 6. So we sail off in 6 hours.
Okay.
It will give me more time to look for more people. And forgive my rudeness earlier, as I was a bit frustrated. My name is Rukayeth. I am viceroy of the Fire Isles. What's your name?
Gouren.
Gouren. Okay.
Kilgore.
Kilgore and
Marian left foot.
what is this thing?
That's minion number 2.
Does he talk?
Hey, minion, do you talk? Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's like the coffee's got to him now.
Interesting. All right.
Together we're a band.
4 hours,
Okay.
and then we will set sail because apparently we can't.
All right.
Can I go off with you guys while we
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds...
get to know my party a little?
Come on with us,
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah. Stay away from the coffee, though.
I feel like I need to dance a lot. Let's go town square. You can talk to them. I'll just dance a lot.
I'll try to play my flute. 20.
Okay. Dance is 31.
Did you put anything in before? No, it's just more of a silly thing.
Make 1 gold.
It's a silly thing for you, but for me, it is everything.
So, her dancing, my flute got 1 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I dance, I ask him questions. Twirling
Okay.
around.
With the tide being out, the activity level in this area is just dies, and there's a lot of people out in the mud flats collecting clams and whatnot. But
Okay.
so I'm just saying there's less people at this time.
Okay. Well, that's okay. I'm just dancing around.
Okay.
So, honey, where'd you from?
I'm from the lower parts of the rift, and I'm just wandering around, getting to know a piece of people, trying to help people out, and just getting to know what good is out there and what wrong I can fix. And
Wow, that's nifty. Do a little cartwheel.
you sure are an energetic one.
She had coffee. Probably don't know what that is. I'm not even sure what it is.
Mm.
You've probably never heard of coffee.
Whatever it is gives us people energy, maybe?
Whee!
You could liken it to tea in a slight bitter taste, but it's way more bitter.
Okay. So you just decided to go around and get more experience and
Yes.
of the world
It's
and
kind of like a journey within myself to
wow,
get to know.
that's so cool.
Where are you guys from?
Cert.
We were from CERT.
Got burnt and raided. Burnt down and raided.
And everyone died. And my 3 brothers.
Okay. So, you have your conversations, you dance, you return to the boat.
I
The
dance all the way
tide.
to the boat too.
What's that?
I dance all the way to the boat too.
Okay, dance all the way to the boat. You enter this larger ship. The tide finally high enough for them to cast off, and they push out and they set sail for the Fire Isles. It takes a good hour before they get out of the actual Vanishing Bay and into the open ocean. Lowering the sails, this is where you realize that they have the great big fire emblem on the sail embedded into pretty much everything. The crew, they all have this fire isle sigil, and it is branded into their skin. Different sizes, different locations, but they all have it. A lot of them tend to be barefoot. None of them seem to have shoes. A couple of them are wearing pants. Other of them wear more like almost like a toga type thing, or something less. Saying pants is not very common among these group people. They look at Moraine very funny. They look at Kilgore kind of funny. They don't pay much mind to Gouren. So Rue will explain that this dragon turtle has come up into their shipping lanes and has been wreaking havoc both on their shipping and their counterpart, the water people. She refers to them as the water people. The problem with this dragon turtle is he never comes above the surface, generally. And if that coward would come above the surface, they would kill him. But they need somebody to go down into the... Apparently there is underwater caves, or a cave system, that you go underwater and you enter into the cave. But it is very damp, and they are a nation of fire. And fire and water don't always mix. So, this is the part where I was going to make you roll fortitude saving throws as you hit the open ocean. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a d20, which is the one with the most sides. Yeah. And you are fortitude, so you get to add a +5 to whatever you roll.
21.
11. Was it a 9 or 6? 9.
That's a 9.
That was a 9.
14.
7.
He had 14. I had 21.
Okay. Despite never being on a ship before, you're okay. Kilgore may be getting a little woozy, but he's seemingly fine. And Rain is just sad.
Over that, too much dancing. Blah.
Bitter coffee coming back up. Oh.
Shouldn't have done that last twirl. Blah.
It was terrible. So you were going to set sail for probably a good day or so. And these people do not, most of them do not speak common. Right? There is a lot of looking at you, somebody making a remark, and other people laughing.
They may be.
There's a lot of making There's a lot of making remarks at him too, but nobody seems to be laughing.
Okay, so we're going to be on this boat for a while, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a couple more days yet.
Okay. The next person that comes up to me and chats with someone else and starts laughing, I'm going to cast...
oh boy.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Tongues on myself, which I can speak and understand all language? Or just that language. 10 minutes a level, 60 minutes, so I have 1 hour.
We were together. It was our first time. We were the only player characters. We had nobody experience to go with. And it was just, hi, hello.
Yeah.
Really awkward. I mean, at least this
Just
to
taking
get
it all in here.
a couple people talking, and then
At least you didn't throw up on the boat, though. I was like, this isn't half bad.
Okay. I can understand all languages and only speak 1 at a time.
Okay. Well, if you're up on deck, they could be looking at you and laughing.
Saying stuff like, oh, shortiness of shortnessness.
Okay. So if you activate your spell, you get a lot of, I don't know what the fuck it is. It looks... It's so small. I don't understand how it can be like... How do you get to a table? That kind of deal. I mean, they're like laughing about your size and whatnot. You do hear somebody stop, says, "These are honored guests of you." So,
Is it
got
time
it?
for mischief?
But they referenced her as the viceroy most of the times. And yeah, they're making fun of your size.
Okay.
They don't know what the hell he is either.
What did they say about him? Just that.
But he's big and kind of ugly. But what is wrong with you?
What is wrong with me?
Yeah, they seem to think that you are a normal person that was born wrong. Like, they're pretty sure he's a different race.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty sure you're human.
Those ingrates.
Eventually you get a guy who comes up and says, "No, that's a dwarf."
I am no dwarf! I start yelling in their language.
Okay.
And I start actually cussing in Goblin.
Okay, 3 people look at you for a moment, and then you go into Goblin,
Yes.
and they're like, "I still don't get it." So here's what we're going to do. Marian, you're cute.
I'm adorable.
In like one of those weird Japanese animes, the level of cuteness of the girl is directly proportional to the number of tentacles coming over the board. This will be a skills challenge.
Oh, boy.
Now, I'm going to let you choose a difficulty here, I think, because the object of this is to fight back this kraken,
Okay.
to not die,
Mm-hmm.
and to not get pulled into the water. Success, I'm going to tell you success and failure right now.
Mm-hmm.
Success is Ryu has more faith in her choice of people she got aboard the ship. Failure, she loses faith. And this directly goes by how she introduces you to her master. I'm not 100% sure what I should do for difficulty. I'm looking at like average to difficult.
Mm.
Or maybe difficult to hard. What do you think?
I don't know. Every time you give us a hard one, we totally fail.
That's what I'm counting on later.
You counting on me to fail? Or all of us?
All of us.
Everyone except for Rain, but he's probably going to take the negative consequences.
Essentially what this is that we each take a turn and you're going to use one of your skills. You're going to tell them how you're going to use it to defeat or defend or stuff like that.
So,
One of your
Oh,
skills? Or
yeah.
Okay,
things?
so this is a skills challenge. We have to succeed at so many skill checks together to get past this and get a good, or
it's
not
kind of
negative
like
consequence.
I'm allowing the players to write some of the story.
Okay.
So first of all, let's just go difficult.
Okay.
You're level 6. That makes... Alright, so now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll initiative. So we find out who gets to go first. So you would all roll a d20, and you add your initiative bonus, which is you get a 4.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. I got 9. Wait, you forgot the...
Yes, I know.
So, since you get the highest, what did you get? Well, I'm actually gonna put you last, just so that these guys can go first.
Okay.
To give you an
Sure.
idea.
Yeah.
So, which one of you had higher?
He did. I got a 5.
Gouren, Marian, Kilgore. All right. So, tentacles start coming over the edge of the bow or edge of the boat. You hear. Well, you guys hear Draconic. You hear somebody yell, "Kraken!" And this seems obviously be something that happens on occasion because nobody seems to be panicking too much. So it's like axes come out of nowhere, and people start going for the tentacles, which are now wrapping around people.
Great.
So, Gouren. Tentacles everywhere.
Okay. I am going to use my climb skill to get a climb up and then kind of chop down and see if I can cut one of the tentacles.
Alright.
So
He's going to roll his
17.
d20. He's going to add his modifiers, and I'm going to tell him whether he passed or failed. That's a failure.
Oh dear.
That is terrible.
Marian.
Okay, well, I will use stealth to, duck around something next to me to avoid a tentacle.
Okay.
So,
Rolling low level.
That's a failure. 1. That's a critical failure.
so I rolled a 1, although my stealth is a 14, so that's 15 total, but
It's up to the DM there.
And I'm questioning whether or not I should lower your difficulty.
Well, obviously.
That's 2 failures. One more failure, you now lose. So here's what happens. Somebody yells Kraken as tentacles coming over this boat. Gouren over here shimmies up a pole, or shimmies up the mast, pulls his sword, comes down on a tentacle, which it moves out of the way before he hits it. Marian tries to sneak around a tentacle, not thinking that, hey, this thing doesn't have eyes, so it can't actually see me, and it just touches her slightly and then just wraps around. So now we have Marian about to be pulled overboard. This is where it is your turn. So what you do is pick a skill that you're really good at,
Okay, I'll do
and say how that helps you fix something.
now if I use stealth this turn, you can't use stealth
Okay,
until
can I
you
use escape artist? Try to escape one of the grip of tentacle.
You can do that.
Okay.
So if something wraps around you, you can use an escape.
Okay.
That's what?
13. Oh no, wait. 20 speed.
Okay.
That's it.
The new person is the only person that succeeded.
Yes.
Congratulations. You managed to get free, and you are free and ready to go. This is where Ryu comes out of her cabin, sees this, and starts shouting orders to her men. Gouren.
What was that?
That was a fish doing something weird. That was the Kraken doing something weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to use my perception to see an opening to try to save her,
Okay.
which is a failure, 16.
Alright, I'm going to give you one more chance.
Oh.
Reroll, or is it him?
No, I'm giving you one more one more failure. Because this is failing miserably.
My turn, right?
Marian?
So could I use escape artist since it was...
Yes.
Okay.
It was not the one you used right before you.
Yep. Because you used escape, then you use something else besides escape, and then I can use
Oh, you
escape.
just can't use it.
Yep.
You can't use the one that comes
Sick
before you,
threshold.
and you can't use the last one that you used.
Okay. Okay. Nope. Probably nope. 16.
16?
Yeah.
I'm going to give him one more shot. That way everybody got to go 2. What would you like to do?
We'll use stealth then.
Stealth. To avoid... Nat 20, you win. Okay.
He's beginner's luck there.
Yeah.
So, sadly...
Come on. Well,
Um,
if I can cast Alter Self, I can become a mermaid.
you should have thought of that your last one.
But
you
we're
can use
using
Arcana.
skills. What?
Arcana to
Oh.
use as a spell.
Oh. Oops.
Okay. Anyway, so this thing comes over and starts grabbing people. The crew just produces axes and hatchets seemingly out of nowhere, starts chopping off limbs. These guys do some failed stuff. You do some successful stuff. You're still held on.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryu comes out of this thing, pulls her sword, slices clean through the tentacle that has you, and just keeps walking forward. She's yelling at her men to cut on a certain side. This clearly drives the face of this kraken up on one side of the ship. And Ryu just holds out her hand in this giant burst of fire. Basically, this thing's face gets boiled off, it goes down, everything disappears. She doesn't seem very happy. She just kind of looks around, she says something in Draconic, if you still have your voice thing, let's clean this shit up. And she goes back into her cabin.
Okay.
I'm going to put a big sad face.
You put the difficulty too high.
Well, put it this way.
We also rolled like crap.
You rolled like crap that even if I was giving you the average difficulty, you still failed.
Well, the first one I should have done.
Yeah, you would have gotten one success. And I gave you a bunch of extra stuff.
Extremely.
Which is crazy because I expect Marian to give me the... Oh, I rolled a 7, but I get to add 20.
She did. I mean, I rolled a 1, but my stealth is 14. So, you know.
So 1 is an automatic failure, and 20 is an automatic success.
Okay.
So sad. Okay. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Sea voyage, Kraken attack. Arrive in the Fire Isles. So a couple days later, bright, sunny, the waves are fairly nice. You start seeing more ships. Some of them are just smaller sailing ships. Some of them are smaller catamarans, very fast-going things. Every once in a while you see a much larger ship, trade galleon type thing, with the great big fire emblem thing on it. You are told that you are... Rue comes out. She's looking at this. She says, "Welcome to the Fire Isles." As islands are starting to come by. These islands range from very small to much larger. The much larger ones tend to have smoke coming out of the middle. Ergo volcano. So it tells you in a couple hours we will be arriving at the breach on the main island. And it doesn't take long before you can see what apparently looks like a very large mountain straight ahead of you, smoking massively at the top. You see the smoke long before you see the actual mountain itself, or before the haze of the war motion air clears up and you can see this. So it is not long before you actually get to the breach. Now what the breach is, it's a city, and it's built into the side of this volcano. It's built in steps, so like a terrace type system, and to either side of it is a great big, kind of like a wall that comes down, but it's not like a built or carved wall. It is, if you took lava, let it run over it and cooled it, so it creates like a lava wall, essentially, to guide what is actually some streams of molten magma, molten rock coming down and actually going into the water and still cooling. It is quite clear that they actually force the lava to go certain ways, and that's probably how they actually make a lot of the pillars and stuff that come out into the water and serve as their docks and piers. So it's interesting in that regard. You pull up, cast off, and you are entering the actual breach. So you disembark. And Ryu tells you to follow her, and you start marching. So you have your pillars, or your piers, that come out, and there are ships parked on each side. There is one area where between the two piers there are no ships, and there's places crowded with some people, most of them naked, but they range, they're kids mostly, and they're all swimming. This is a swimming hole, right? So the largest majority of them is between like 3 and 12. A small majority of 13 to 18. A few, say 19 to 40 people generally playing with the younger children, I guess. And then starts getting higher population of older people who seem to be like overseeing and watching stuff. So, why don't you all roll me perception checks? Jeez.
I'm rolling awful tonight. Wow.
That is 25.
Yeah, 17.
All right.
It'd
I don't
be
know.
11, but one.
I don't know what you're paying attention to, but it's clearly not your surroundings.
There's naked people, the naked adults, obviously. It's right.
Yeah. Welcome to Fire. It's very warm.
Okay.
Once you got out of the continental area and into the open ocean, it gets really warm. Really warm, humid, kind of tropical feeling. Sun's beating down pretty good. The ground underneath you is warm, whether that's because you're on a volcano or it's just the sun warming up everything. Probably a little bit of both.
As a halfling, I don't generally wear shoes.
Nope, but you're fine. It's not like hot.
Okay. Just
Actually, so you're not going to notice this, but everybody else is going to notice it. Almost nobody's wearing shoes. These are all humans. There are no other races here. Unlike the Republic of Alioth, where everybody's what I call like Imperial White, so like from Elder Scrolls stuff, the Imperials, they're not as Caucasian as us, they're a little darker. I can't see that as the Republic of Alioth. This place has every race. It ranges from black to as white as you can be, considering everybody's very sun-soaked. And every mix, like everybody's mixed. This is it's only humans. But there's many different ethnic groups. As far as you people from Cert, you probably haven't seen a lot of these ethnic groups. Kilgore, you've probably seen plenty of black people, Asian-looking people along trading things, trade routes and by the ocean and whatnot. So there's that. Most men are not wearing shirts, and if they are, it's a very light thing. Pretty much nobody wears pants. It's always like a skirt type thing or toga type deal. There are some people that are just walking around straight up naked. A lot of people that are just loincloth stuff. A job that seems to be pretty common here is these large carts that have these great big barrels on them, and they're a very interesting mechanism. They get pushed up by some big bulky guys, push it up to the wall, they attach it to like a crane thing, and they start cranking it up. You can pretty much tell it's seawater they're pouring up towards the top. And you see a lot of magic, fire-based magics. Something I forgot to mention while you were still on the boat. Let's talk a little bit about what you've heard about the Fire Isles. Everybody can roll me. Is there a local?
Yeah.
Knowledge local. Even if you're not trained in it in this case.
I know nothing.
Yes. 26.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Whatever they say. You're familiar with the Fire Isles, supposedly part of the Republic of Alioth, sorta. You've heard a lot of rumors. Okay. They're all dragon worshippers. They're all dragon cultists. They eat children. They eat halflings.
Oh my god!
They are all possessed by demons. They're all part elemental fire people things. And they all hate everybody else. I mean, these are the rumor stuff that you have heard.
Okay.
So, I forget to tell you that while you're on the boat, so that might have been important.
So basically, Marian is hiding kind of behind both of us.
A lot of people looking at you, laughing. You get, like, children that are taller than you, like, come right up to you and, like, poke you.
I poke them back.
They find it funny. And, you do not see a lot of people as well dressed as Ryu. Both in, like, fanciness and as dressed as she is. Like I said, nobody here wears pants. It's always... Pants are really more of a northern thing. Welcome to the Fire Isles. Oh, by the way, that's a volcano.
Yes.
Clearly.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. What was your character's name again?
Kilgore.
Kilgore. Hey, Kilgore. It's a volcano. Also, these people are mean. I hate them. I don't know, I'm just kidding. I don't really hate them.
Oh, and you do not hear a lot of common. Actually, you hear no common. Everybody speaks a very guttural language.
Can I turn to one of the sailors or people that actually understand common and ask them if they could write down very common terms so I can at least get pointed in directions? Like on a piece of parchment.
Well, you're walking with Rue, so you can ask her.
Well, I'll ask her. It's like some basic...
She tells you that she'll get you a translation book, mostly.
Okay.
Don't think it'll help with your pronunciations, but you can writing. You can write if you know how to write.
Well, instead of being lost and nobody understanding me, it'd be like...
Yeah, or having to go through translator person. You can...
Well, I can cast tongues on them too.
Okay. Well,
So-
can you cast tongues on them and you at the same time? Not
Yes, I could cast it 3 times.
3 times.
Yes.
How long does it last?
1 hour.
Per level or something?
No, it's 10 minutes per level, 1 hour total.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
Although...
you can cast tongues. You all get 1 hour of talking, and then that's it for the day. Anyway, Rue is going to take you to this inn, which is clearly an inn. And she walks in, and she goes and speaks to the people, and then she comes back and says, "You can have a seat here. I have to go take care of some things. I will be back shortly." And she walks out. So you can sit down on a table, and this woman will be the waiter, waitress type person, will come up to you. Sun-soaked skin, dark brown hair. She's wearing a white, think like Egyptian type thing, where it's longer in the back and it kind of folds up to point, but then has that loincloth type thing down. That's it. And she walks up to you and she says something along the lines of "Nak ako ishpich doko ka?"
Do we actually have the spell on us for 1 hour?
Oh, I haven't casted it yet, but I could just cast it.
Okay, she looks very confused. Back at the barkeep guy, looks kind of confused and just
I want to use up my level 2 spells.
"Naver
No.
jik se vodakrashk."
Well,
And
we could always look at him and just kind of meh. Huh?
She walks away and goes back into a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And a minute later, she comes out and she puts down. Think like little black clay bowls or ceramic bowls that you might get like for like a Japanese tea or something like that. Except they're tinted glass. They're like hand blown glass that's tinted black. And she'll put down a picture of fluid.
Fluid? Is it clear?
It is not clear.
What color is it?
Let's go with a slight reddish color.
I drink it right away.
I smell it.
Okay.
I just sip a little bit of it.
Okay.
Taste.
It's wine.
Okay.
It's clearly wine. It's very fruity. It's not grapes.
Okay.
So it's some type of wine made from some other type of fruit.
Don't have to roll any fortitude saves for it. Just kind of nice or...
Not yet.
Okay.
Roll, see if you're getting drunk or buzzed.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
You could.
I do have to call this it for this episode. We are reaching our mark. The end. So, what do you think about the Fire Isles thus far?
Okay. So at the end we do a little kind of a Q&A.
Yeah, slight little recap. It's like, hi, how's the players doing? Thing. This is a lot of description stuff. There's not a lot of stuff going on
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
But welcome to the Fire Isles.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Volcanoes are cool.
Volcanoes are cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting getting around since we can't really understand the language only for short periods of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very warm.
Pathfinder. So Pathfinder this far. You have not gotten into combat, but the role-playing stuff. How you, interesting or no?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I just had a little more, kind of my first time, so it's
Yeah.
like I got a little more comfortable, open up a little more here.
The first time was
Yeah.
you had a ranger? Paladin? Question?
Yeah.
It was weird. Alright, so I'm going to cut it there. Let's take a break.
Bye.
I want some